Okay, so jQuery introduction. So jQuery is a small, lightweight, and fast library. JavaScript library. It is a cross-platform and supports the different type of browsers. It's also referred as a writeless and do more. It's a caption of it's a caption of jQuery writeless and do more because of it takes lot of common tasks that requires many lines of JavaScript code to accomplish and binds them into a methods that can be called with a single line of code whatever needed. Okay, so that is the justification of writeless and tumor. Okay, whenever we are writing any functionality in the JavaScript, it will take lot of lines, it will take lot of coding programming. Okay, so using jQuery, so we don't need to write that much of programming language. Okay, so then that much of script we don't need to write. So we can easily write within a single line. For suppose if you can write a 20 or 30 lines of programming in JavaScript, same logic we can do within one line. We can complete within one line. So that is the powerful feature of jQuery. Okay, it is also very useful to simplify lot of complicated things from the JavaScript. Okay, whatever complications are having in JavaScript, so those things we can easily achieve in JavaScript. Okay, like Ajax calls and DOM manipulations. For example, for suppose, so if you want to change the style of one DOM element, so in JavaScript we have to write each and every style in one line. But in jQuery we don't need to write, so we can write all the codes in single line only. Okay, so that is the big advantage in jQuery. Okay, so again, jQuery is a small and lightweight and fast JavaScript library. Because of so if we can use this jQuery, so compared to JavaScript, we can quickly execute this one. We can quickly load this application page. Okay, it is a cross-platform. Cross-platform means so it work JavaScript jQuery will work all the operating systems and supports all the browsers. It is also referred as a writeless queue mode because of so whatever functionality achieve in JavaScript, so that will take number of lines. So compared to JavaScript and jQuery, so we can easily achieve in jQuery. So that's why we have a caption called writeless and queue mode. And also whatever complications is having in JavaScript, so we can easily achieve in jQuery. Okay, so jQuery is a JavaScript library. Okay, using that JavaScript library, so we can run the jQuery. Without JavaScript library we cannot run. Without JavaScript library we cannot run the jQuery. It's a mandatory, we have to take the JavaScript library before start our jQuery programming. Okay, so whatever we said above, so same thing in the point. So jQuery is a small and fast lightweight JavaScript library. jQuery is a platform independent, means it will work all the operating system. So jQuery means writeless and do more. jQuery simplifies the Ajax calls and DOM manipulations. Okay, so that so it is a small framework only. So the jQuery library contains the following features. The jQuery library contains the following features: HTML and DOM manipulation, CSS manipulations, HTML event methods, effects and animations, Ajax, and utilities. These are the features we are having in jQuery: HTML or DOM. Okay, DOM manipulation, CSS manipulation, HTML event methods, okay, effects and animations, and Ajax and utilities. Okay, so nowadays Ajax no one is using because of because of we are having a we are compared to Ajax, we are having a good frameworks like Angular JS and React JS. Okay, so the next one is so how we can include the JavaScript library into a HTML. How we can include the JavaScript library file in HTML file. So then, so when you go to the jQuery library, you can type CDN. Okay, CDN means content delivery networks. CDN means content delivery networks. Okay, so almost we can use the CDNs only because of so we can load our application quickly. So if we want to load our application quickly, then so we have to use the CDNs. CDN is the one feature to improve our application performance. CDNs means content delivery network. Content delivery network means whatever libraries we are having, either jQuery library, JavaScript library files, or Bootstrap library things, or any slider related thing. So if you want to load those scripts, so some of the third party vendors they can provide all these library files. Version wise, they are providing the all these library files from the good infrastructure, so they can have a good infrastructure, so they can provide these CDNs. Okay, so if you don't want to load the other CDNs, then we can configure CDN, we can configure CDN folder in our server, then we can load all those library related files from that CDN folder. Okay, because of when we load all these applications, so whenever we are going to the real time, so we are having the big thousands of lines of programming. Okay, so when you run that one, so it will take a lot of time. So if we can include those libraries, so it will take more time to load. To overcome those things, to avoid that loading issues, to avoid that performance issues, we have to we have to take the CDNs. Okay, then here if you can see this one, here we are having the uncompressed minified, uncompressed and minified. So slim minified, so we cannot use this thing, so we can use uncompressed or minified file we can use. So minified uncompressed means, so if we can take, so if you can see this one, so this is the programming, this is the library file. If you can see this code, so we can easily understand this code. Okay, so each and every line we are having some spacings and some commenting system is having. So this is the normal file. So when you take the uncompressed compressed one, that means minified one. So if you can see all these methods having in single line only. This is completely having in single line. Okay, it is a single line because of, so what is the difference between these two? So minified one and unminified one. So this one also, when we place the unminified one, so it will increase the loading issue, loading performance issue again we are getting. Okay, because of in this we are having some commenting system, some spacing, so all those things are having. So if we can minify these things, so we can avoid all those things, commenting system and spacing system. And if any duplicate methods are there, so then so it will remove when we minify that library, it will remove so all those duplicate related things. Okay, so that's why we are always, when we take any CDNs or other third party library files, we are always consider the minified ones. We are always consider the minified one. Then we have to copy this one and we can place it inside of our program. So then, so JQ1.html, JQ 1.html as it is our HTML program. HTML head and title jQuery CDN include jQuery CDN body, then h2 include jQuery CDN example. Okay, so here we can include head part. We have to include the CDN head part. We have to include the CDN library. Okay, so then, so remember that one. So when you load the CSS file, CSS CDNs or CSS file, we have to load these scripts, these style sheets in the header part. When we load the script related CDNs, we have to load before before end of the body. We have to load any CDNs or JavaScripts or jQuery related thing. We have to include before closing the body tag, because of when we include all these libraries, CDN, CSS, everything, if we can include in the head part, it, again we are getting the performance issue. To avoid that one, we have to include the style sheets in the header part and script files in the footer part, script files in the before closing the body tag. Okay, so this is also a one performance part. Okay, so then again, so here we are placed the script, right? So this way we can include. So then again, now you can see I'm writing the script here, script. Okay, script here. So then, so if you can see the simple example, dollar dot hide, dollar, so selector, then paragraph dot hide. Okay, so this is a method. So whatever paragraphs we are having. Okay, so p tag element. Okay, so when we load this one, when we execute this one, jq dot jq 1 dot html. See, now p tag element is already there. So if you can see this one here, dollar is not defined. Dollar is not defined. That means, so jQuery library, Java, whatever JavaScript library is not having, not having. That means not having means we are already included. We already included here JavaScript library, whatever is there. So we are already included. But so we are included the footer part. But we are writing the jQuery before that library file. So that's why we are getting the dollar is not defined. Okay, so when you get the dollar is not defined means either we are placing the JavaScript library is misplaced. That means we are placed in wrong. We are placed in a wrong path. Sorry. So we are JavaScript library. We place the wrong place. Wrong place. Okay, a wrong place. So that's why we are getting. Or otherwise we are getting the we are placed the multiple versions of the JavaScript file. So that's why we are getting the dollar is not defined. Okay, either this case or that case. Okay, so then if we can include this one, if we can include the snippet after this library file, so then now you can reload this one. P tag is hide. Okay, p tag is hide. Clear? So this way of we can include. So here also we can include it. Here also we can place it. Here also we can place it. So then, sorry, here also same thing we can place it. So then we have to place it here. So either you can place it here and you can place it here. Not a problem. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this way we have to include the JavaScript library, JavaScript CDN, JavaScript library file in HTML file. Either header or footer we can include it. So better, so if we can include all the script related files in the footer part, so then we can improve our application performance. Okay, clear? So this way we can include it. Okay, so either CDN or we can download this jQuery library file and we can place it inside of our folder. So then you can download this one. You can download, here it is already there. Then save it and place it inside of HTML JS. Here you can place it saved, and also we can place src. What is that one? What is our path? So yes, this is our right. Happen. So from origin null is blocked. That means we have to remove all these things. Integrity cross origin, we have to remove it. Right? It is hiding. Right? So now it is working fine. So when we run through the server only, so then we have to place all these things, integrity and cross origin. Integrity is not required. Okay, integrity is not required. So then cross origin is required. So it's a security. Recently browser platforms are included this cross origin. So without running from the either desktops or this one. So if we can run, if we are having this tag, if we can run out of the server, so then we are getting this error. Okay, HTTP data isolated app, HTTP error we are getting. So if we can place this one, if we can place the cross origin, compulsory we have to run through server only, or otherwise you can remove this one, then we can happily run. Okay, clear? So this is the way we can include the library file or jQuery CDN in the file. Okay, so the next one is so jQuery syntax. jQuery syntax. So it's a simple syntax. So first one is the dollar dollar. Okay. So first one is the dollar. Dollar is a notation of jQuery. A dollar is a notation of jQuery. So when you write any jQuery syntaxes or jQuery coding, so we have to start with any functions. So we have to start with dollar only. We have to start. Okay, we have to start with the dollar. Dollar is a notation of jQuery. It's a definition of a jQuery. Okay, so when you start with the jQuery program, compulsory we have to give the either dollar symbol or another one is jQuery. jQuery. Instead of writing this one, we have to use this dollar symbol. How to use this dollar symbol? So then after that, selector, we have to use the selector. So we are having the different type of selectors. So we discussed in CSS. What are the we are having the different type of selectors? What are the different type of selectors? Tag selector, ID selector, and class selector, and group selector. Then dot selector. Dot means tag, tag and class, both combination selector. So these things, so we can use universal selector. So when you use this one, so it is applicable for all the HPA, all the DOM elements. So these are the different type of selectors we are having. Okay, so that selector, then dot, dot, whatever action you want to either hide, either show, either animate the element, okay, either apply the CSS, okay. So then action, so then close that parenthesis. Okay, so this is the syntax of jQuery. So dollar sign is defined and access the jQuery selector to query or find the HTML or DOM elements. Okay, jQuery action performed on the elements, which action you want to perform. Okay, so for example, we are having this dot hide, p dot hide, test dot hide. Okay, so this means p means tag element, tag selector, class selector, id selector. Okay, so this is the syntax of jQuery: dollar selector and action. Clear? So the next one, so document.ready. So this is to prevent and jQuery code from running before the document is finished loading. Okay, it is good practice to wait the document to be fully loaded and ready before working with it. Okay, so this is also a allows you to have your JavaScript code before the body of your document in the head section. In the head section. Okay, for suppose, so if you can write any, if you can write any JavaScript related coding. So for suppose, where is this one? This one. So you can write another program, jq2.html. So then copying same thing. Here I have a one button. Okay, hide, hide. So when I am on click or or on click, what is this one? On click, I'm calling the function my function. Okay, I'm calling my function. Okay, so when you write this one, so after in the head part without document load, without document load, without document see here button dot click function. So no need to write this one. So button dot click function, I'm writing this paragraph hide. I'm writing this paragraph hide. Okay. Button dot click function. So then I'm writing the hide action. Then now you can see 2.html. See, without clicking, is this one. P tag hide, button hide. So here it is already there. I am removing this. Now you can see it is not working. Why? It is not working because of, so we are calling this function. It is already loaded this one. It is already loaded this one. That means, so without document load, we are writing this program without document load, because of we are writing all this jQuery concept before head tag we placed, right? So that's why it is not working. So when you place same thing in the footer, when you place same thing in the before closing the body tag, yes, definitely it will work. Definitely it will work because of, so this code is executing after completion of this HTML, after completion of loading. So this script will execute. So if you can write same thing in the header part, it won't work. It won't work. We didn't show any error. So if you don't know this technique, so then, so there is no errors in the console. So we are thinking lot of, and we are searching lot of forums. Okay, so then, so there is no errors here. When I click on this one, it won't work because of we are placed in wrong place that code. Or otherwise, when you place a jQuery code in the header part, we have to write what is that one, document dot ready function. We have to write it. We have to write document dot ready function. So then same thing here I am writing. So first one selector, so then document, then dot ready, so then function, inside code we have to write it. So same thing, we can place it here. So what will happen after completion of this document loading, after completion of document loading only the script will execute. Okay, then now see, that is the use of document.read. That is the use of document.read. Okay, so the script will execute after completion of document loading. That means document means whatever DOM elements is having. So after completion of that DOM elements loading, then the script will execute. Okay, so then this is to prevent any jQuery code from running before the document is initial loading. Okay, it is a good practice to wait the document to be fully loaded and ready before working with it. This allows you to have your JavaScript code before the body of your document. In the head section, here are some example trying to hide an element. So if you are not yet created, after starting the body tag only, we can start writing the DOM elements, right? But in the head tag, so we are writing the script. We are writing the script. That means, so we are executed the script before loading the DOM elements. Okay. So these are the examples trying to get the size of an image. So all those things. Okay. So the next one, jQuery selectors. jQuery selectors. jQuery selectors allows you to select and manipulate the HTML elements. jQuery selectors allows you to select and manipulate the HTML elements. So jQuery selectors are used to find or select HTML elements based on their name, ID, classes, types, attributes, and values of attributes, and much more. So these are all the selectors, whatever we discussed in the CSS part. So all those selectors we can use in the jQuery. Okay. So first one, here is the example. Yeah. here is the example. We are using the button tag, that means HTML tag or DOM tag. Using this button tag, using this DOM tag, we are hiding the paragraph elements. We are hiding the paragraph elements, right? CQ3 dot HTML jQuery selectors. Yeah, jQuery selectors. Okay. Try to place all the script before closing the body tag. Okay. So here is the script. So then first one, we are having the paragraph tags, p tag element 1. Okay. So then after that p tag element 2. So then after that p tag element 3. Okay. Now I have a body tag, button tag, button. So then hide. Okay. Hide. So here is the first line of programming. So here you don't need to write. So if you can follow the jQuery coding guidelines, so then you have to write it. Dollar document dot ready function. So then here is the dollar jQuery notation and selector button. Okay. So this is the selector dot click function. This is the action. Okay, when we click on that one, so we are hiding all these paragraph elements. Okay, whatever p tag elements are there, we are hiding those elements. See now, all the paragraph elements is hide. So this is the this is the tag selector. Okay, this is the tag selector. Next one is the id selector. id selector. See now, next one is the ID selector. We are having the H2. Okay. So then heading 2. Heading 2. So then here ID equal to ID equal to, so then my ID. Okay. So then here I have to change. We are commenting this line. So then dollar. So then selector now. Selector hash my ID. Okay. So then dot hide. Okay. Then we click on that one. So those things are happening. Now you can see heading to, when I click on this body hide button, so then heading to, okay. So that is the ID selector. For suppose, so the next one is the class selector. I have a class called my class. Okay. So classes, we can have only one ID in the page, and so we can have multiple classes in one page, right? Now dollar. So then now I am using the class selector dot my class dot hide. Okay. So then now see now only p tag element one is there. Okay, we are applied, we are applied. So what will happen inside of this one? We are doing hide. So that means, so it is dynamically adding the css display none. Display none. When you see this one, my id and my class, when I click on this one, see what will happen? Style equal to display none. It is adding one style, display none. Okay, so these elements are there. Okay, when we click on that one, it is dynamically adding. Okay, clear? Give me a second. Okay, clear. So this